All right, here we go. Hey guys, it's Jay and Justin.
Mainly
What is
me. Beard in the
that?
boat.
Mainly, how is so? Beer in the boat, yes. So we're Justin was a touch behind because his poor dog. What happened?
They don't know.
Well, tell everybody the name of the dog though. Is he there?
Yeah, he's here. I just picked him up.
Can you pick him up again? Show everybody his dog. He
He's
kind of
sleeping in the corner. No, he's had a rough day. He's been at the vet all day. He something's wrong with his back. He pulled like a muscle or pinched a nerve or something. They did X-rays. Can't find anything wrong with him, but yeah, he's not happy.
so you've taken him twice and there's nothing wrong with
Twice
him.
in 4 days, twice. They can't find anything.
And they charge you emergency fees.
Oh my god, yeah, like through the roof.
I want to charge some emergency fees.
I think we should. Can we do that?
What would be an emergency fee?
I don't know. Everything's an emergency. When we get there, there's
If they make you change locations in the middle of the shoot or right before the shoot,
or if they have to cut in line because their game's in 10 minutes.
emergency fee.
Emergency fee.
I want to charge the league an emergency fee though if they move us
Oh yeah.
last
yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
You have a field and then we get there, you don't have a field. Emergency fee.
Happens.
Gotta have that fee.
Depends on how good your contracts are.
Do you
but
think do you think that at least you could build the emergency fee into the
into photo
pricing?
day?
Yeah, can you just
I think it actually you could just have a separate price sheet and just be like, all right, emergency pricing. It's triple. It's
well,
triple.
yeah, emergency pricing. Oh, that's great. Emergency pricing.
And if you don't buy in the first month, it goes up 10% every month.
Yeah.
Or it goes up 1.5%. What do people charge when you're late paying?
That is good. Like, that's a good thing to talk about though with photo days. Like, we don't ever expire our galleries, but you should, in good practice, go up in pricing. Like, best pricing is at the beginning. I don't do like the holiday codes because I think that's kind of, I don't know. I just don't like it when, somebody does the advance pay, they order early and they're, you get their money early and it's, you're so thankful. And then, 6 months down the road, you give a discount to the procrastinators.
Yeah, I've been on the fence about that. I have. I think you can run them like in a year, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question.
But I do. I feel bad when I run them, or I won't run them for a job I just did like a week ago, and say like they're already pre-built in. Well, I will opt that job out, right? Of that. But if it's been up like fall pictures by now, okay, I'm gonna run some specials. And hopefully the people that have procrastinated this long will get on board, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't feel right about it. I think best prices should be at the beginning to our best customers who are loyal and buy quick, and then it goes up. Like, technically, I would love for it to go up every month. Like,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
every month until you get to emergency pricing.
What if that was automatic? Would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you set it that way?
Yeah. I mean, not crazy, 10% increase.
Because you guys do a little bit of that where like you give away like the social media download in the beginning,
right?
And then 48 hours you dump that,
right?
And then switch the pricing.
Yep.
I'd love to do that more often, but I always forget and end up just leaving the 48 hours.
I know it's tough. Like we don't like. I don't know. How do you do with the 48-hour special? Do you always get it out on time or cut it out? Switch price sheets?
No.
Yeah, so she does not. She goes too long. Did you hear?
Yeah,
it goes too long. Yeah,
but it's fine. I'm not losing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the social media download, which I like. I like because people can post. I love seeing the photos pop up.
I would much rather have my clients post the photos I took than me post them.
Yes,
without the watermark. I like it when it's without the watermark.
Yes.
I hate when I see the watermark. I'm like, you just go. I know buy it.
That's just such a touchy thing, and people really get upset about them screenshotting. There's nothing you can do, and I just feel like we just can't base our whole business on theft. We hopefully most of our customers are honest, and I think the people that do it, they just are like just unaware.
Gosh, I'd love to say that, but I mean, I don't believe that they are always unaware. I think they just don't care sometimes,
And
What are you gonna do? Pick your battles. I mean, it's how often does it really happen? I mean, I shoot a lot. You shoot more than I do, and it happens to me maybe 3 times a year. You
Yeah.
know, what are we gonna do? I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, the people that do notice it, and then they bring it up to me later. They're like, "Hey, what's going on? You know, that mom posted
Yeah.
that stuff with your watermark on it because it says please purchase to remove watermarks." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they know. They know.
We're
There's
not
no way
supposed
they
to.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are the people who are going to call and complain, and then they want a refund, but they don't want to send the photos back.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you require your people to send the photos back if they want a refund?
I do. Yeah. Especially for school photos, like back in the old days, right? Here's something that doesn't happen anymore for school photos. Let me just tell you why I love photo day. It's just a plug, but it's true. I used to tell everybody at makeup days, you have to bring your packet back to have a makeup picture, period. I want to see what I did wrong. And I want you to tell me what I did wrong. And I want to stand there and look at your portrait that I took and look at you and see if there's anything I can do better. And then we'll talk about it. Right. I would actually have those conversations with even mainly the middle school kids. Little kids, you just throw to the packet to the side, take the photo. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
So, but I want to know why they didn't like it. I always want to know. I'll always still take the photo, but I want to know why. I used to spend a lot of money in makeup pictures because you get that packet back that you already bought from the lab, and then you have to buy another one to replace it, even though your work may or may not have been okay, right? So with photo day, I don't do that anymore. They just come back for a second shoot. They just don't buy the first set if they didn't like their shirt, or they forgot to comb their hair. They didn't like where their part was. Those are real things that in the old days, us photographers in the school portrait business would have to pay for. If somebody just didn't comb their hair exactly how they wanted it, or they wore a shirt that they didn't really like because they didn't like it now, or they not only did they forget, but maybe they just didn't feel like they looked their best in that shirt like they thought they were going to. And so now I got to buy another photo, even though everything about it was perfect. That's sometimes bigger companies. I mean, even with me, we'd spend at least $1,000 a year rebuying
just on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I think for us, it was kind of the principle of the matter. It's like, are you trying to get something for free? You know what I'm saying? Or are you really unhappy with it? Like some of the stuff you look at, you're like, oh my gosh, why is this, a complaint? Because these photos are really good.
Yeah.
So when it's that case, I kind of feel like they're just trying to, get something for free. That's kind of how I feel about it. But anyhow, we have
go.
You go.
I was just gonna say, what were we just talking about? I'd rather have a parent post without the watermarks. I just opened Facebook so I could see what comments were when we're talking here, so people can chat at us. But yeah, I got a mom right now. She just purchased baseball pictures on our green screen stuff. Well, Last Light this year. There's 5 gorgeous pictures, of baseball kids.
Right. And
no watermarks, and rightfully so. That mom knows.
Yeah, that mom knows. It's awesome. All right, so the topic was kind of about the weather again.
It's been horrible.
It's been bad for you?
It is. Oh my God, it's seriously. I feel like it just hasn't quit raining since October.
That is so bad. You got rained out today, didn't you?
Sort of. Yeah, we didn't have any volume shoots, but I had a house shoot today. I couldn't fly the drone. It was raining.
Yeah, so we have a shoot down in South Georgia. So our weekend looked like on Saturday we shot I think 60 baseball teams, a good league. Photos were beautiful. We had good weather. That was a rain out, so we had to push it back, which was great, because the first date was in March. And this is funny because this particular league, they were really upset we wouldn't give them a rain date. You know what I mean? Like they wanted a makeup date, like in the contract, like this, and we're in Koreans, like we just don't do that, because the first thing is it's hard for us that we're kind of spread thin a little bit, which we're working on, and so we can't give multiple dates out to a league, because then that means you're taking away from another league. You know what I mean? There's only a small number of dates that you have. So we couldn't do it. And of course it rained, and we had to find a later date, which works great with photo day because you don't have to worry about, the parents pay for the photos. You don't have to have the photos back in a certain amount of time. Right.
Right.
So anyways, and the other thing I like about it is, it's green. Like when we start in March, all the grass is dead. The kids are pale. You don't get any color out of anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, this was beautiful. The green grass, kids are tan, everything looked great. And the director came up and he's like, they loved everything that was happening. Everything was smooth on time. And he's like, because they had this previous vendor for 15 years, something ridiculous, and they finally switched after we've been doing the all-star programs for years. When the parents get a choice, they chose to go with us instead of, the other company. And he's like, man, we used to have 2 board members out here all day just to monitor, to make sure that they didn't fall an hour behind. It's like, what? It's like, what are they doing? Like how?
Right.
I mean, the only time I fall in that behind is like something where we have to move. You know what I mean? Like we actually have to pick our stuff up and move a field.
Emergency fee.
Emergency fee. Right there. Yeah. Emergency fee. Yeah. So I could give. Anyway, so we shot the league and we drove 4 hours to South Georgia, and we shot another league on Sunday. Then we had to wait around to shoot another pro baseball down there on Monday. We waited all day for Tuesday. Now listen, that Monday shoot, Justin, it about killed me. It took.
I remember calling you. You were wiped.
It about killed me. It was hour and it was 5:30 to 7 what it was scheduled, and there was 20 teams, and we were down one assistant. Like we had 5 people, so we had to have salesperson up front. Like we call them a salesperson, but it's more like somebody that's just organizing. If you have 19 teams coming in an hour and a half, and you have 2 photographers, you have to have somebody to kind of buffer to keep the teams back. I was really proud of our setup, the way we had. So we were able to keep the parents back, and the salesperson's job was just to bring the people up, So that was good. But my second shooter, Jody, she had an assistant. Then we had a team photographer, and then we had me. So I was having to pose the kids myself, and they're little kids. So I have to get up and pose them, go sit in my chair, and and we had one team every 10 minutes. And it was like one team had 3 sets of brothers on it. So it was like, gosh, that everyone. So it was 10 kids on the team, 3 sets of brothers, and then 2 coaches buddy shots. So you start adding them up. You had 10 kids, you had 3 buddy shots, and you had 2 coaches. That's 15 portraits you had to get done in 10 minutes by yourself, going back and
pose
forth.
it all. Getting up and posing.
All. Yeah, being out and posing. And so we had about an hour there. It was just like, it was, you couldn't even look up. Couldn't look up. It was rough. So anyway, we did that, and then we had to wait all day on Sunday or Tuesday, and we waited. We had a great day. We just kind of hung out, and we get to the shoot. And as soon as we get to the shoot, we saw lightning. We're like, oh gosh! And we're pulling up the map, and we're like, okay, we hadn't seen lightning in a long time here in Georgia. I don't know what's going on. But it's like, oh, it's a tiny storm. It's going to go right past us, And that storm just sat there, never moved. And as soon as we started unpacking the trailer, they drive up, said days canceled. No rain yet, but they canceled us. So 3.5 hours away from the house, 4 hours from the house, and we had to cancel the shoot and drive back home.
Buddy picks.
Yeah.
No buddy picks. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard.
So what do you do? Like when you have no time now, so like you're already booked out, then now what? How do you fix that?
Well, we're good because we're at the end of the season. So we're like, for us, like we started shooting, heavy in late January. We hadn't stopped since late January. So now we're all the main seasons, except for that one league, is pretty much over. They've got like 2 to 3 weeks left. So we'll go back down there. And the thing is, we'll have to go back down there because it's a good rec department. We get, we have volleyball, baseball, softball, soccer, and basketball. So we have to do it. We just have to suck it up and go down there and do it.
Nice.
It is what it is. But they love if we had known there was going to be rain, they would have set us up indoor. But it was like a crazy, just pop up thunderstorm, and the shoot was only an hour and a half. So it wasn't like it was a long shoot. There was nothing we could do. So So that one hurt a little bit.
So
What do you do?
we're in trouble tomorrow. We've got so one of our dance studios that we shoot, we do this year we're doing like a volume family session in the evening. So we've had this on the books for a month, and it's tomorrow. We don't like to call for rain. We don't like to call it like a day beforehand because they just don't know. The weather up here is so volatile. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes, most of the time, they're wrong. But like tomorrow, we got 90% chance of rain in the evening, and we want to do 16 families on the beach, right on the dunes. And I was going to do a family every 10 minutes. And it's part of
16?
16 teams. Yeah.
16 families.
Or families, excuse me. Yeah, not teams. But in 10 minutes, I can get a lot of pictures in one spot in 10 minutes.
That's 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long shoot.
It is a long shoot, and it's going to be on the beach. And now we don't know. There's nowhere to move it. Like I'm not going to green screen families,
No.
And they want something different than inside the studio, which is what we give them for their dance photos. So
right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a rough one. And then your schedule your schedule now looks like mine did like a few
month
weeks
and a half ago.
right?
Yeah. So I mean,
Just nonstop.
Emily's just been on fire trying to get everybody scheduled. It's been hectic and crazy, and it's a good problem, right? But I think no matter what your size of your studio is, we all deal with somewhat of scheduling, right? It's one of the hardest things to deal with, I think.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean that is something me and Justin have in common is that we take the photographs and our better halves do all the scheduling, which we don't want to do.
Right.
That's a hard job.
She doesn't even like to ask me for help because I'll try and this is why I don't do it is I'll cram more in there. I can get more in. We can get more in a day. There's more daylight now, right? We're coming into summertime. We don't have to think about it 2 months ago. We got a couple hours extra to play with. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But is that healthy? Let's talk about that. Is it a healthy lifestyle? We got to make hay when the sun shines. I say that to her and she just wants to slap me, but
yeah. That's it. I mean, that's tough because you feel, I feel the pressure to get it while I can. Who knows how long this industry. I always feel like it's gonna stop. You know what I mean? It's always feel like it's gonna stop. So at some point you feel like you got to get it while you can, but you miss out on a lot of stuff when you're working all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, our slow time's summertime, which is crazy to think about. What a great career to have that. I usually shoot a lot of weddings in the summer, so that's not my slow time always. But I've been slow. The last couple of years, we haven't had any, so it's been kind of nice.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, we have. We did have summers off until we started doing the boot camp, which it's only a few days, but it still takes a lot of planning. To get. We're going to be in Denver for, I guess, 8 days now. 8 days between the first boot camp and the 2.0.
Yeah,
which is super happy about. It's going to be fun, but that was normally our slow time, and then I think our first shoot's on the book a week after we get back.
Yeah, we don't start really getting crazy with football in schools until mid-August.
Yeah, somebody had that question. Like, yeah, that is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, that was a good question. When does your fall sports season start?
End of July.
That's you, Justin. It says for you.
Oh,
Look at the screen.
Our fall. Oh, that's kind of cool. When did you get you got the questions coming up? That's cool.
Yeah. How about that?
Look how fancy we are. Yeah, it's like middle of August. That's what I was talking about. Fall starts middle of August for us, and then we're trying to train seniors to start earlier. Like, I know you want to wait till your kids are older and look older.
They start. Don't they start seniors like in May or June here?
They should. That's the smart move. We wait. Right. Ours wait for some reason. They want to look older, or they want fall, or they want spring, but spring's way too late sometimes. We get mad rushes, about 2 weeks before any yearbook deadline, depending on what school it is. So that gets kind of crazy.
If we push it off, like, what? You know what that sounds like?
Emergency fee.
There you go.
We need it.
We're doing emergency fees now.
We need emergency fees.
Emergency fee. Yes. All right, sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's fine. It's part of training them that we want to try and do it different, and it would take decades to fix because it's just not the mantra right now.
Yeah, they start in early June, the seniors. But I mean, given the high schools here like are gigantic, you know what I mean? They're the big schools in the metro area. You have 2,000-3,000 kids. I think some of them probably have more, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karina said I think we start our football in mid-July. So that's
month
hot
before me. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is hot. Oh my God, the turf is it's brutal. It's tough. But you know, it used to be back in the day when we would stop right about now, and then we wouldn't get paid again until almost September. So there's a long gap in there, and that was a little bit scary. But that's when we had to shoot action photography, where we had to shoot, you know, fill our summer with action photography, and that was just another thing. It was just brutal, you know.
Yeah.
Being out there in the hot all the time. You know?
Well, that was what weddings got us through the summer always, you know, but we were able to even make it with COVID and not having weddings the last couple of years. So we've been kind of rethinking what we're doing. I've been shooting a lot more real estate, and that just never really quits. It just never quits.
Well, do you think it will quit though? I mean, do you think does it not quit with the economy? Is it just through everything you've been good?
Even when the economy's bad, we have pretty good clientele that, I mean, we work with a lot of realtors. So there's always somebody selling a house. So it's just literally for 11 years has always been a consistent pay for us, like year round. It's not a whole bunch, but it's consistent. So
yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing about that all goes straight to your pocket. You don't have to worry about it's digital. It's all digital stuff, right? There's no, it's your time and talent.
Yeah. That's all it is.
What about emergency fee for real estate?
No. So
y'all do that. Don't you do that?
There are emergency fees because sometimes they need them next day. And so, you know, that's the norm should be about 48 hours. But if they need them, you know, or even same day delivery, we definitely will talk about a little upcharge.
Now, you know, when we started Smacks, one of the first purchases we made before we bought way before we bought a professional camera is we bought a Mamaki dice. What was it? Was it? It wasn't a dice sub. It was a large format printer. I forget what they called it. Solvent printer or something. I don't know. It was like 52 inches. You know, you could print, and it sat right over there. I don't know how we got this thing up the stairs. We have a, you know, upstairs office, and it was like hanging over the porch, like 300-pound machine, you know. That was sketchy. But we got that thing in here, and we would do that's how we started printing all-star banners. And we were, you know, this is before Science 365. You know, the only thing there was like Signorama, and they'd charge you arm and leg for stuff, right? So we did all of our banners in-house. We did canvases, banners, all that stuff in-house. So we could turn around a banner in 24 hours. We could shoot it and have it ready the next morning, and we would charge for that. We'd do like we do a 48-hour turnaround time, and we do charge a fee for that. And they would pay for it because they would, you know, the All-Star season was short, and they wanted that banner immediately, and they would what'd you used to charge them, Karina? $75? I forget what she charged them. It was a nice little chunk. But it was substantial. But it was cool though. I mean, because there's no other place where are you gonna get your photography done, the design, and the print done in 24 hours? You know, so that was a pretty cool service we did. But I mean, Sign 365, I mean, it's just so cheap. I mean, it's so cheap.
24 hours from when you order it. Like, it doesn't matter where you live.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I don't know how they do it, because especially getting busier, probably because the more people talk about them, the more find out about them, the more sign up for it. There's just, look at this. They're so good.
Look what Brad said. Anything they wanted faster than a posted time got charged double. Yeah, I like that.
That's an emergency fee.
That's an emergency fee. That's what it is. That's great. So one of the stories we had, we were down in South Georgia. It was great. I wanted to tell you it was, I think we've covered this topic. I'm not sure, but I think we did last week. You know, I told you when coaches piss me off because they speak for the team, right? They're like, oh, we're not doing. And it's because that coach decides that he wants to warm up for the 8-9-year-old game,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't want the kids to take photos. So the kind of the gist of the conversation last week is that, you know, there's something behind having a picture day, getting the team together. You got to have some sort of, I don't know, pageantry. I don't know what another word for it is, but just something that the kids can kind of remember the season by. That's why you kind of do things that were, what's the word I'm looking for?
I call it, so for one, it's an experience for them and you want it to be a good one. But for two, it's memorializing who they are and what they're doing at this time in their life. And that's real.
Right.
I mean, that's,
yes, it is.
And to have that photograph, I mean, I still look at mine. I had one of them as my Facebook profile pic for a long time. And I remember that picture day. I remember there being a bunch of teams on that field. I remember walking over and getting getting in my stance. I still remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I remember that my teammates that were on my team because of that photo. All those memories come flooding back when I see that photograph.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And then the coach doesn't want to miss practice right before the game. So he'll tell everybody that we're not taking photos. And so anyway, so we're as I described, we are in the shit. They are like covering me up, you know? And then my girl Jamie, who's doing, handling basically the shoot manager, I guess is a better way than say the sales. She's managing the shoot where everybody's going, She comes over, she goes, Jay, this coach, he's on the schedule at 7:00. But his game's, I don't know, in 15 minutes or whatever. And it was like 6. It was something the schedule was done wrong. There was one team. So he had to get done. And so again, when you have one team every 10 minutes and then one team comes out of order, you're screwed.
You're done.
But he's got a game.
Yep.
He's got a game. So it was wrong on the schedule. Something happened on the schedule for whatever reason. It was wrong. So we had to get him in because I did not want to wait till after the game and be there till late. So I was like, okay, well, let's, coach, are you sure? Are you sure nobody on this team wants any photos? Well, I don't have any paperwork and I don't, I haven't been informed by any of the parents. Like, coach, there is no paperwork. And he's like, well, I've not, none of the parents have said anything to me. So I was like, all right, I couldn't fight with him about it because, we're in the weeds. So I was like, all right, Daisha was my team shots. This team goes next for the team shot. Their games in 15 minutes or whatever. Right. And so I go back to taking photos and I hear him say, does anybody want to get their picture? Kind of like that. And all of them goes, oh, wow. Okay. Every one of the kids wanted their photos. Every one of them.
Of course they do.
Every one of them. Because we've been doing it, we've been there long enough to where the kids know that the photos are going to be good. We do basketball, baseball, football, the whole thing for them. So kids were excited about getting their photo. And the coach was saying, hey, we're not getting photos. And the kids wanted the parents were away, right? So I couldn't really ask the parents. But all the kids wanted to take their photo. I was so happy. So we lined them up and took great photos and, and I heard him the whole time. I was like, well, I hope they can start this game. But, the thing is I guarantee you the team they were playing was standing right there too.
Yeah, they're in line with the guy.
Yeah, they're right there. You're not starting the game. And I'm telling you, it's like the umpires know that it's pitcher day. Yeah. Like if the game starts 10 minutes late, it's okay. You're not being broadcast live on TV. There's no commercial breaks. There's nothing going on. It's okay, coach. We can start the Little League game just a few minutes late.
Well, how old were they?
What's that?
How old were the kids?
I think 9, 10. Yeah. I mean, if they had been, 14 or older, I'd be like, okay, whatever, we're all right. Let's just move on. You know what I'm saying? But when they're younger like that, I mean, that's your bread and butter right there. Let's see.
Well, and they're worth taking photos of, damn it. Like they just are. It's that time of their life. Like that. I'm looking at Kathleen saying the only thing left after the season's photos. Yeah, right there. Right. I mean, that's 100% correct.
Look at that. 100%. We have Brian's photo. Look how handsome. Look at that handsome guy.
Where?
Yeah,
oh, there he is.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at him.
Yeah,
is that a selfie, Brian, or did you take that yourself?
That I think that it's the coaches. Yeah, they do take themselves really seriously sometimes, but I think it's kind of like not all of them are like that, but I mean, in general, I think that coaches can kind of be, in a hurry. And I mean, the
Right.
thing is like in the same time, it's like we have older kids. It's something we have in common. It's like, my oldest child, I have 24, 22, and 20-year-old, and so I have a little bit different perspective. And, I was real serious, when I first born, I was serious coach, you know what I'm saying? But, as I got older, it's like, I wish I would have taken more photos of him, playing than I did. That was before I, knew what a camera was. I had no idea.
Right. Do you know that that's why I started being a photographer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. All team banner for league. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, they and what I love is we had a team, all-star team here just a couple of weeks ago, and half the kid all-stars they went with a mom photographer. So then it's on. Like, oh man. Okay.
These next ones got to be
These photos
so good. Yeah.
They're gonna be so good.
Yeah.
These are
You're
gonna
gonna
be so
crush
Yes.
their will. Yeah.
good. And they were so good. They were like some of my favorite pictures all season. Like, oh yeah, these are all right. Let's see. But what the mom photographer did is composites. That's all you can do. And the composites can look cool, but the lighting sucks. The color temperature's off. They look green.
Yeah.
It's flat. You
terrible. Have to. I mean, Brian's the man at it, but like you can really screw a composite up, man. But I see some people, they still buy them. When I see people post online, I'm like, man, that's horrible, but it's still sold because it's still a photo of the kid in that time of their life, right? So, I mean, the good thing is, I guess they're getting photos, but yeah, in order to do composites correctly, it's hard work. It's really, you have to know what you're doing. You have to, or you have to practice a lot and get to where you're comfortable with it.
Well, but I mean, that particular mom, they probably loved it. They thought it was okay. Like, she puts the hard work in. She was saying how hard it was, that sort of thing. I'm like, it is what it is. Let's see here.
Well, here, so I could show you two different buddy pictures in the last week I've done. One composite, one not composite.
I want to see.
And you could tell me which one you think is better. Let's see. Hold on. I want to get them up at the same time.
That's a hard thing. Can we? Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think composites always look good like the first year they're done.
Yeah.
Not sure about year 5. Do they go out of style?
Do they? I mean, I think they do. I think they look good right now, but I think they eventually go out of style.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. If you're being honest, right? I'm gonna say
it.
I mean, do you care? Because if it looks good this year and they buy it, you're done. It's not like you're getting a bunch of reorders. I mean, I use it. For me, it's a selling tool. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking to the board. I'm like, look, these photos are timeless.
Yeah.
That's what I do. But if you're a composite photographer and it looks great this year, they buy the photos, you're done. You did what you were supposed to do,
Yeah.
All right, where's the photo? Where's the buddy photo?
I got it. Hold on.
All right. So what sports are these?
Both baseball.
Okay.
And then you tell me.
All right.
You tell me which one you like better.
All right.
I mean, I know which one. I already know, but whatever.
All right, let me see.
Share screen. Let me figure it out. Here we go.
No. Oh, Brian's gone hybrid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him.
I like them both.
For different reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really like the natural one, though, a lot.
I mean, I love the yeah, I do too. Okay, but this is the thing. I think this is a good question. So I think that the posing is just a touch better on the composite. So that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Right. The posing's perfect on the composite, but this is a good point. What do you think about the cut I like that chest protector, but do you ever take it like I say shin guards, no chest gear, so we can see the jersey. But this is a buddy shot in the other the buddy has the jersey on, so maybe that works. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, on the composite, I'm telling you who it is already, so you don't necessarily need it. They're brothers, so they know who they're playing with. They're on the same team.
And it kind of if it was a green
both
chest
sets are
protector or
brothers.
something, yeah, and it kind of goes the stars. Yeah, I mean red, white, and blue. It kind of goes.
Yeah,
Curious, but I think the posing was perfect on the this one. I like the natural one, but the only thing that I'm not sure about is their hands together there.
yeah. What do you do there? What would you do different there? I thought about it when I shot it and thought, I'm just gonna shoot it. I kind of got lazy. Mom loves it, but
yeah. I think that because the kid on the left, I love that pose. I think that looks a powerful pose right there. Maybe tilt the bat down a little bit towards the ground. But I think I might consider switching it to where number 14 had the bat like that, and then they're both 14. Okay, the kid on the camera right hold the bat like that, and the kid on camera left would hold it like
on the shoulder.
On the shoulder, yeah. So his hands.
And then what? Right, hands on their hips or what?
No, well, the kid on the camera left. If he's right, I would probably go back here.
Okay.
That gets both hands out of the way, and then right, and then you could do that pose on the front kid.
I didn't want the bat to hit him in the face. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Not right here though. Right here it won't.
On the back kid.
Yes.
And then have the other one hold the bat in his right hand.
Like that. Yeah. Like the big brother was. And you know what? You can also go on the shoulder, the right shoulder of 14, and that bat goes in between them. That's what we do a lot for the buddy poses for the coach. So I think, but I love the lighting and the look of that. I like the natural one better as far as the background and all that stuff goes. I think it's cool. But I just think that the posing is spot on the composite.
I had a parent tell me they didn't understand why the kids have bats in the outfield or in the infield like that.
Yeah.
Can you? I mean, like got upset about it and like made a phone call to me to bitch about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, why would they have a bat by second base?
Let's see. The mom didn't want us to do the buddy pick in the flow.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the double 14s?
Yeah. So
you were a little pissy about that to begin with.
Well, I mean, it's just it takes longer, right? It's fine.
Right.
I mean, we took our time and tried to do it right. This was at the, this was still daylight. This was 6 o'clock in the evening, but how we shoot. So
yeah. Well, that buddy, the buddy shot process is, I mean, you got to be, I mean, with Photo Day selling online, we do a lot of buddy shots because people buy them. They increase your average order. But, did you not you want to hide it?
Oh, no, I mean, we're fine. We can keep showing it.
Okay.
I was trying to see if anyone was commenting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got some. Yeah, I think that's what Ryan said. Just it's a prop, Get over
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the mullet too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great mullet.
But with the buddy shots, like you have to be good. You have to be fast at them. Because if you aren't, it can really just put the brakes on the shoot. Like you have to figure out a good flow for your buddy shots. And so, we don't need moms telling us when to take the buddy shot. Yeah. That's a little rough. That would just piss me off.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
Just it's those things, it'd be nice to have parents to stay a little further away, but it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see what I got here. I have some buddy shots for you. Let's see what I got. All right, so and the coach, what's so cool about this is like the I love when the coaches are into it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I had the buddy shots with the father-son buddy shots.
Yeah, those are great.
Those are my absolute favorite.
Your phone's annoying me, chinging all the time.
Is it cha-ching? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't hear it because I have headphones on.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's not fair.
I don't even know if I have. I thought I had some good buddy shots to share with you guys, but I don't know where I put them. Let me see. I must not have any.
You gotta have one.
No, it's
No.
in there. I was like, I like remember exactly which one I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's in there. Oh, that's okay. This we can. I want to show this these photos here. Let me see if I can get this right here. I want to share my screen. Let's see, share screen.
God, that Don Ward template is hot this year. Every time I open Facebook, I see 10 of them. That's
Okay.
the other thing. Looks like everybody else's right now.
Can you see this? Are you looking at Wildcat?
I see it. Yeah.
Did I add it to the screen? Okay. All right. Here we go. Wildcat. All right. So, this is not this one is not on a baseball field. It's on the side. Do you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It's on the
Like
side.
off to right field or something.
No, it's outside. It's out. Yeah, but it's outside the field. They put me next to a dumpster
Oh, yeah. I see. So the baseball field's behind you, though, right?
behind the subject.
Behind the kid, yeah.
Yeah. They moved. It's behind the dumpster. Yeah, it sounds like emergency feed to me.
I think so.
Yeah, no field. You have to go by the dumpster. Yeah. So, when I posted this, I posted on Photo Day Users these two images. All right. So we have this one. We have this one right here. They were taken back to back, right?
Yeah.
And what a difference that makes. And while we're using these 2.8 lenses, first of all, the bokeh is awesome. You can hardly tell that we're not on the field. It looks like we're on the field. But then,
Right.
when I zoom in, that's probably 200 millimeters, right?
And you're down a hill a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then all you have to do is because you can see the hill there, right?
Yeah.
You can see that hill there. So, and literally these photos were taken 3 seconds apart.
Right.
So, but just being able to shoot with that 70 to 200, I mean, I just don't think that you can get. We talked about that the other day, right? I mean,
yeah, I was going to try to be fancy. I called you. I was like, "Hey, I want to
Yeah.
shoot 85-1.4. I think the background blur is going to be amazing."
Right.
But then I started practicing and setting the lights up, and I was checking it out and seeing the different looks I could get with it. You're just married to one look, unless I cropped later, which I don't want to do. I'd rather do it in lens.
Right.
You can't do that tight crop. You can't get in there and get that half crop, which I love. I love that shot. I take it on almost every child now. Almost every athlete gets one of those.
Yeah, the 70-200 you just can't replace. I mean,
Can't do that.
85-1.4. What do they got? Like a 105-1.2, I think is out there now.
I got a
But,
50 1.2. That's awesome, and I'd love to. I mean, I could shoot full bodies with that. That would look incredible. But then that's all you're doing, unless you're cropping later. I don't want to do that.
It's funny. I had my headphones on. I didn't even know
What?
that my phone was cha-chinging so much.
Yeah, brag about it. Why don't you brag
Yeah.
about it? It's fine.
Yeah, it's been good. It's a good day. We're at 21. We kind of slowed down a little bit. We started the day off fast, but we got 21. We call them Photo Day 100s, where we have orders over $100. So it's been a good day.
Only
So-
21 today.
Only 21. All right, here we go. 45 minutes.
And we did it.
We did it. Talked about
anybody
the
learn
weather a little
anything?
bit. Yeah, I think we had some good stuff. I mean, the weather. Yeah, I mean, we've been, with as bad as the weather and the wind has been this year, we're getting everything in. We got 2 more big shoots. No, 1 more big shoot. But we have a bunch of all-star stuff coming, which I'm excited about. All-stars are so much fun because all the kids they're all-stars.
They're all studs. Yeah. They all already look good standing there with the bat.
Yeah,
Like,
and they have
it's
their
easy.
awesome uniforms, and
Yeah.
they have no problem posing. If you they misbehave, you're like, Coach, all of these are all stars.
Yeah.
Are y'all all stars or what's going on here? Like, you can shame them.
Yeah.
Like, are you just a wreck kid? I thought you were all star.
I call it gentle. I call it gentle bullying.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I did. I'm training 4 individual photographers right now. It's a big undertaking for me. I'm gonna increase my staff so I don't have to shoot so much.
You had a SMAX class today.
A SMAX class today, 4 photographers, and when I'm gonna have to drive home with these. They're all girls and they're all awesome. They've all been with me for a long time, except for one, but that's Jody's sister. So she's kind of, I feel like,
she knows the routine.
Yeah. Is the energy you bring to a shoot is as important as anything. I mean, I'm going to teach you the camera. They all know how to pose. They've all been my assistants. They all are great at posing. They all got that down. They know what to look for. We have to go over camera settings. If a light doesn't fire, you have to be able to tell when light A doesn't fire. We've had individual photographers who did not know when the main light didn't fire and they kept shooting.
I think there's probably a lot of those out there.
Yeah. So like you've got, there's some basic stuff you got to, we have crop lines in the camera now. We have levels. So you should shoot straight. You should get the kid in the frame. Just pay attention to your lights.
You have crop lines. I shoot Sony. So it's just the actual crop is all you're looking at. So
yeah, that's kind of nice. But the communication to your subject is probably trumps everything. Not every. I mean, you got to get it right, but I mean, without that piece, the photos are going to suck.
It's crazy that you just brought that up. I just want everybody to know that Jay and I don't discuss what we're going to talk about on here at all. Like we don't come up with a plan really. I saw today that he posted what we were going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, but so it sounds ridiculous. Like we've talked about this before, but we didn't. But I told Emily this last night. I said, or the other night, whatever, on one of our shoots in the last 4 days, I said, you can teach everybody how to use this camera. You can teach them all the settings, all that other crap, but you cannot teach somebody how to talk to a kid in front of your camera. You can't teach that. You have to keep the energy up. When I'm upset or mad at somebody, like a parent or something, if I show that, it comes through. And the kid doesn't 100%. Give me what they want, So 100%. You have to let all that stuff go, whatever happened in your day, and you have to focus on your job right then and there. And you're right, that you have to drive that home. That's the hardest part of our job is leaving the emotion out of it no matter what, and just getting the shots, getting the photo.
I think you can get away with it if you are a portrait photographer that has 30 minutes with your subject, right? A little bit. I mean, Peter Hurley does his thing, and he's he's big on that, right? Like just the energy and the motion he brings to shoot.
Well, he's got his style in doing that. I think you and I told Emily, I said, Jay and I, when you watch his behind the scenes video, I say the same stuff, and I did before I ever met you. Like we kind of have the same banter with our subjects.
Right. Absolutely.
I think to be a fast, good volume shooter, you have to do that. You have to engage with your subject instantly, and you have to let them know that you're there.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, and I'm hoping that since all of the young ladies that I'm training, that they've been around me and they around Jody and Scott, they all know how we, communicate with those kids. And you have to talk loud, you have to project, you have to exude confidence, right? Because if you don't exude confidence, then parents are going to be on you like this, and the kids aren't going to be paying attention. There's all kind of issues. So being able to, get that done. And lately what I've been doing is like addressing, like since we changed everything since COVID and photo day, where, COVID made us, we had, come out one at a time, and photo day kind of that way too, or like with order forms, everybody just came at one time with their paper order forms. Right.
Yeah.
And you can take your photos whenever. And then whenever the whole team gets here, then you go over there and take your team photo. That's actually a really easy way to do it, but with photo day, we want to stay a little bit more organized, make sure we get pictures of everybody. And, we had the COVID thing. We want to keep everybody separate. So there's several reasons why we switched over to now we bring the whole team up. Right. So you bring the whole team up. And I think I've been addressing the team and explaining what is getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's real important to do that, just so the kids know what to expect. They know we're not playing around. We need to move. You know what I mean? And just let's talk about what we're going to do here so we can be fast, we'll be efficient, we'll get great photos. And if you can throw a joke in there, that's fantastic. Just to loosen them up a little bit. And it's always the first guy. All right, buddy. First guy, what's your pose? Let's go. Like, just bringing the energy to them, so that way they're going to be excited for the photos. And, if I'm taking photos and I see the kids in line are smiling, I know I got them. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're getting ready to go have fun. Yeah. So it's important.
Emily does that when I'm finishing up the team shot. Emily's usually with the next team, telling them, here's how we're going to do it. You're going to hold the ball like this. You're going to hold your bat like this. Kind of giving them pointers already before we get there. We don't do posing charts. We kind of pick what we like right there, and then we just get through them. So, and then I do the same thing with team photos. You get into the situation where when you're shooting team photos, you'll get the one kid who makes the funny face on all 5 shots, right? Or 4 or 5 shots, however many you're going to take of the team to make sure you got all the eyes open and everybody's good. There's always one kid, right, that just seems to want to mess it up. And
correct.
My new spiel with them now is, listen, kids, you guys got sponsors. They're paying for these photos. We want you to look good on the business on the wall. So give me the first 4 photos. I want 2 smiling, 2 game face. I said the last one, I said, you can do whatever you want as long as it's appropriate. I said, but you can be goofy. You can mess around. We're going to take 5. But those first 4 kids, we got to nail these. And I'm just honest and upfront with them about it. And I let them know, I said, do not ruin this for your sponsor, and don't ruin these pictures for a mom who wants to buy these photos. I said, we'll let you be goofy on the last one. And that's been working really good. That's been working really good.
That's exactly how you handle that situation. Now, we do the same kind of thing with individual photos. Like, the kid walks up to me like, can I do this?
Right.
I'm like, yes, absolutely, you can do that. But let me get my photo first. Then you can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. So what's good about that is like you don't. Sometimes those actually end up being pretty good. Like, okay, that photo wasn't too bad, but you can't offer that to everybody because it's doesn't look good on everybody. Most of the time, it doesn't. Doesn't look good. It's like, okay, but in order to get them to get through what you want them to do, and you got to wait for that photo last.
Yep.
It's like, dude, if you want to do your thing, you got to give me a couple good photos. Yeah.
And the great thing is you get to upload that to the whole team gallery and everybody gets to see it. So if if it wasn't cool, they'll let them know later,
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's good stuff. That was a good nugget. I mean, the communication with the athletes, you got to, it's about the lighting and the camera settings, but as important as it all is that communication with the
if not,
I can't speak.
I think it's one of the most important.
It's the most important. You have lighting, camera settings, posing, and the communication with the athlete. We need like their 4 pillars.
We need to make a PDF that people can pay money for. Here's the 4 steps to a great volume photo.
Yeah. That was kind of fun today. Is like, when the girls were asking me questions, I was like, that's a really good question. I'm writing stuff. I'm like writing notes down just to, kind of get an idea of what kind of training it takes to bring somebody up from that doesn't know much about photography, because bow ride boot camp classes, everybody kind of is already, they don't need to talk about settings so much. I mean, a little bit, but they don't need like, what is aperture? What does shutter speed do type thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So different.
What's ISO? What's ISO? What is that?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now 55 minutes. All right. We got to go. It's late.
You got to go. It's early here. It's just still daylight.
Yeah. No, not here. It's all done. What did Brad say?
Pavo tubes. I don't have Pavo tubes. I don't have extra money to spend on that stuff like everybody else in the country these days.
Oh,
way to make that popular. Way to make that popular.
Yeah.
Look at those things. Does John Scott even have any left in stock?
That's a great question.
Those are thicker. Those are thicker than I thought they were.
Yeah.
They're bigger around than I thought.
Yeah, they have the small ones too. But have you guys seen check out have you heard of NAB? I don't even know what the NAB show is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's basically the electronics show in Vegas. Like it's like our
what does it stand for though?
Like I used to know. Let me Google that.
But if y'all don't, go on YouTube and start watching, because what they'll do is they'll have like Adorama has a guy. I'm sure B&H has a guy. They probably Kelby had a guy there, and they just like they go all 4 days and they go to different companies and they talk to the reps about their products. And I love that stuff. It's like I can't be there, but they just went and they got all the information from the different camera stores. So that is really cool. They did a lot on this kind of lighting aperture. That light, that's I think the Cadillac of the constant lights. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man. They're doing.
Well, that's because Godox is on their ass. Godox is chasing, so they got to be ahead of the game, right?
They have some really cool stuff. So you go check. I love that. That's some mic stuff. They had a software that does something like with video, like it matches your music and your video together or something like that. That's supposed to be really cool. That won like the actual the product of the year or something. So NAB always has brand new equipment, and it's a National Association of Broadcasters. So it's this video based.
It's video based.
But I think we learn a lot of stuff through that. I mean these tubes, they're pretty popular.
Photography and video these days really do. Always have, but they really go hand in hand. Your video guy on a set is director of photography, So it's all the same.
The Godox LC500.
Yeah. Godox is making some good stuff right now. They've got similar to Pavo tubes. They've got the same.
I wonder how much that guy is.
I don't know.
I know he's not that expensive. I don't think
those are Nanlite Pavo tubes, right?
Yes.
And then Nanlite just came out with like a 750 light, like
750 watt.
Yeah,
dude. I'm telling you what. I don't know what I think I have a 300 watt right here. I'm literally on 6% power. This bright.
Yeah, that's good. I'm using a ring light.
But you can't use a constant light though. It's too damn bright. Like outside.
Yeah,
it'd be terrible.
You could with this stuff. Yeah, this kids would just squint. It'd just be when you point them into the sun without a scrim. It's the same problem.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Good chat.
5. Yeah. Interesting.
The RGB is important, I think.
I just don't think we can get away from Godox. It is, how can you, for the value? The build quality is good enough. I just don't know that you get away from it. Brian said those are 249. So I think these guys are probably 400. So it's $150. You get 4. If you get, I think Rose Coleman got like 5 of those damn things, right?
What was Rose using? What was she using before? Because I remember the original conversation.
DJ lights.
Oh, DJ lights. That's right. Because she had they had dots on them, but they were in a strip.
Yeah, so I looked into it, but I couldn't get them fast enough.
So you went out and got the Pavos.
Yes.
And then now everybody's kind of going to Pavos. So I thought that was fun.
I think that I'm going to get you can get a bracket of 4 or 5 of them, and they come with like a
case.
Yeah. They come with a bracket, and then you can just kind of move it around a little bit. So I think I'm going to go that route because they're pretty cool. The kids, the wow factor is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the wow factor when we set up the Pavo tubes this weekend and we did some volleyball because the volleyball courts were taken, right? So they put us in the exercise room. Sounds like an emergency fee.
It's definitely an emergency fee.
Yeah. So we should have charged an emergency fee. So we put them in there. And then what we did is each team that came in, we changed the color of lights. I think I told you about the softball program. And but anyway, when the kids walked in, people were all just we kept the parents out because it was a small room. The parents were just staring through the windows. You know what I mean? And the kids, they just thought it was the coolest thing. And the fact that you can, again, we changed the color of the lights according to the team. But we knew what color lights we were getting ready to do. But we would always ask the girls. Right. So that way they felt like they're a little bit of they're into it a little bit. We want this. Maybe they want it. One red, one blue, or something like that.
Because their uniforms are red and blue or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but we just kind of got them involved, and I think that makes a big difference. And they feel like they're part of the shoot and look so cool. And
absolutely.
It's part,
Absolutely.
like you said, it's part of the experience that we're selling.
That's awesome.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. We're done.
All right, next week. See you next week.
Okay, bye.
All right, let me.